Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge pendant called the Staccato Large. This is the 184970. There are two sizes of this. We'll do a video for each one because they have some lamping that is a little different. We're talking about the larger of the two first. One of the reasons I like this fixture so much is that it is very simple. And it's simple, understated, and elegant. And it goes well. You can pair it if you do the right combination of finishes on a dining pendant and these over the kitchen islands. This will be the same deal for the smaller one. So when we get into sizes, when we talk about the size of the fixture body, we're not including the telescoping rods, and we'll get into that part in just a second. So the height of this fixture is 8.1 before we get to the rods, and that's from the bottom of the fixture, which is actually the glass diffuser. And then it is 10.5 inches in diameter, and that's going to be the hood shade of it. So now let's dive into the adjustable ranges and the canopy and all that good stuff. So if you guys are familiar with Hubbardton Forge by now, you probably know that Hubbardton has a patent on this part, which is a telescoping rod with a clutch system. And I'm going to back out that little hex nut for a second, and you can see how this telescopes like an umbrella handle. And when I put this back in and I tighten it up, what it does is it pushes against a friction sleeve that's hiding inside of this, so it no longer can go up and down. That gives you 3 different adjustable ranges. You don't get them all in one shot. We have to order the correct one for your needs, which is why we have a little note on the page for this and the other one. Actually, anything to do with these telescoping rods, asking you to measure your ceiling and call us so we can walk you through ordering the correct one. It's easy to do it correctly the first time. It's expensive to fix a problem later on. So we have these adjustable rods to play with, and now we're going to be talking about overall height. And when we talk about the overall height, now we're talking about from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So the short is 28.7 inches to 35.1 inches. The standard is 29 to 44.4. The long is 42.7 to 58.4. There's a bit of an overlap between the short and the standard, which is pretty good actually. So if you're in that place where you want this to be about 30 inches, I would probably go for the standard just so you can get a little bit more of a range on top. Not a big deal though. So going back, when we measure this, like you said, measure from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. On the top of the ceiling, on the top of the fixture rather, you have this 5-inch round canopy, and that's going to go over a 4-inch junction box like that. See how that fits on nicely. If you guys are working with a recessed light, those pot lights they call them, or recessed cans, there's a product out on the world that you guys can find called thecanconverter.com. Just go Google it, it'll pop up. What it does is it's a kind of a gizmo that takes your hi-hat and turns it into a junction box, allowing you to hang something like this from it. Even if you have a hole up there and your junction and your recessed light is bigger than this, it can still work out, believe it or not. It's a great contraption, and a lot of people use it. It saves you ripping out your ceiling and rewiring and all that kind of stuff, and it's not very expensive. So again, you've got a 5-inch round canopy. There's a knuckle built at the top of this, and you can see how that does that. And what it's made for is to allow this to be slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. And you can see how that is if it's on a flat ceiling. That's if it's on a slope ceiling. Okay. So we talked about our adjustable ranges. The piece of glass on this is actually clear cast glass that is sandblasted on the inside. It has a little bit of an appearance that it's an opal white glass, but it's not. It's really a thick, clear cast glass sandblasted on the inside so you can't see through it. And what you can't see inside of that is this socket. So let's talk about lamping. So you've got a medium base socket. It's also called an E26. It's called an A socket. It's made out of porcelain. It's going to accept any screw-in bulb. And the recommended bulb on this is an A19 100 watt max. And that's really just the max you can put in. A19 is a pretty big bulb. And 100 watt max is going to be the max for the heat generated by a bulb like that. When you get into LEDs, there is no limit because they don't generate a lot of heat. However, the design preference on this is what's called an A15 bulb. This is an LED A15. You can find them all over the place. See the difference in the sizes, A19, A15? And the reason why this is the design preference for this fixture is that the bottom of this is going to be tucked up inside of that glass If you go for the A19, the bottom, it's going to crest the glass a little bit. So you know, I would probably go for an A15. You can find them in 60 watt equivalents or 60 watt incandescent if you wanted to. It's not a big deal. You can find them everywhere. So that's going to be it for that. Let's talk about metal finishes. When you get into our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, on the left-hand side of your screen, midway down, there's a Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a YouTube video right there, and that's going to be me talking to you about the differences between translucent finishes and opaque powder coat finishes and how they look on forging. So, and most of the forging on this is going to be that hoodie part on that's going over the socket and the glass. So there can be a little bit of that modeling that you see in the A picture, but that YouTube video is going to walk you through all that. And that chart that's just below the video has the A's on it and the letter B on some of those photographs, and that's going to be referenced in the video. So it's important for you to watch that, kind of get yourself acquainted in how all this all works. So that is for that. So we talked about the adjustable ranges, we talked about the finishes, we talked about the lamping. That's really about it on this fixture. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from Handmade in Vermont, the shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We have 90-day returns and no restocking fee, so it's important for you to look on our site about that. Some details there. Hubbardton Forge has a limited lifetime warranty on all of their products for residential use. You can see that on the bottom of their website. Just go to HubbardtonForge.com. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll see a little link there. And then we have a rush program. Rush will take you from the normal 3 to 4 weeks out in production to a little under 2 weeks. It's very inexpensive if you're buying multiple items of the same thing. So let's say you're buying 3 of these staccatos and they're exactly the same finish, same stem length. It's very cheap, well worth you guys contacting us about that. And I think after that, why don't we talk about showroom? So we have a showroom in Vermont spread over 2 floors, over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures for you guys to see, including both sizes of this staccato, the small one and the big one, and they're both on the same floor. We have a What's On Display page on our website, so it's in the red tabs. You can click on it. It's going to show you everything that's here, including the finish it's in, the glass it's using, and the shades that are using as well. Showroom is open every day except Sunday 11 to 6, and our phones are open every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then if you guys want to visit us, we have these great vacation rentals in town. We have condos and we have full-time rentals. So stayinvermont.org. And I meant part-time rentals, vacation rentals. But those houses are actually set up for kids and dogs. So we can take care of large families and we can take care of couples. It's just a matter of finding a right place for you. Okay? Thanks for stopping in today. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.